What is up, guys? We are back live. It is round 11 in the realistic season, and as you can see by this grid, there's been quite a few driver changes last time we raced. Of course, last time it was before we raced mid-season, and now there's been so many changes. So yeah, we've got Henke in the McLaren now. He's transferred from the Alpine, direct swap with Rinaldi. So Banana and Nathan have made that change with each other. We've also got Undertaker Dylan in the Ferrari, but he is only reserving today. He's still in the Alfa Romeo. It's just the new Ferrari driver, Maxi Bock, cannot make it today. But Niels Hendrick has transferred to the Mercedes to pair with TTL Nick. So it's a very nice change. Of course, we know Fear Jack has moved to Williams. Fanfinis has also transferred to the AlphaTauri team from McLaren Reserve. Lewis also, AlphaTauri driver's gone to the Aston Martin team. New team boss, Jack, obviously stepping down from that Mercedes seat. Mad G just reserving, he's out on track. We've got no game sound. Let me fix that, guys, for you. I don't know why. So Mad G, the Alfa Romeo Reserve, stepped in today. He is, of course, normally an Aston Martin Reserve, but he is going to be driving for the Alfa Romeo team today. He's on his first lap, the first lap of the day in this round, the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Of course, heading down to turn 4 now. On a break it just after the 100-meter boards here. Takes a bit too much curb for how the optimal racing line. We've got the other Alfa Romeo on track as well, Vixen, also coming around to start his lap. Got a few drivers coming out. We've got the Red Bull, got Mad G coming through sector 3 now, up to turn 9 and turn 10. Want to take it as close to the line as he does there. He doesn't take too much apex speed. He opens up the DRS, and it's going to be a 106.3 benchmark for Mad G. Yeah, sorry guys, it has been a while since I've been on comms, and Senjo is out on intermediates because he is serving his engine penalty. So he just lets Alfa Romeo driver Mad G through, but we'll stay on board with Vixen, who is on a lap. Coming through to turn 5 now. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him. That is the Red Bull of Panda, the championship leader, coming into the midway point. But we've got the Ferrari driver, Dennis, slowly chasing him. I believe 47 points is the gap now. So he'll be looking to make every point count today and for the rest of the season. Vixen coming around turn 10, keeps it valid. Of course, track limits are going to play a big factor here as he goes 6/10 quicker than his teammate. It's a 105.7 for Vixen. We've got Panda now starting his lap. We'll stay on board with him. Coming through to turn 1, you want to brake just after the 100-meter boards, take a bit of the curb in 4th gear, DRS open. Now up the long straight through the little turn 2 kink before we hit turn 3, brake at the 100-meter boards. Take a little bit of curb on the outside. You want to pin it right in on the apex. Use a bit of outside curb. Open that DRS. He's got an Alfa Romeo in front of him, who's right out of the way. Heading down to turn 4. You want to use as much of this track as possible. Brake late as he locks up there. That wouldn't have helped his lap time, of course. We'll be expecting to get out Q1. Down into turn 5, 5th gear. Down into 6th. Is purple sector 2, of course, for Panda. Coming through the final sector now into turn 9 and 10. It's a double right-hander, very quick right-hander. Bit safe on the throttle there, Panda. Downshift to gear 5, not using all the track. He just wants to set that first banker lap. It's a 104.0 though. It's a great lap from Panda. Goes 1.7 seconds quicker than Vixen. We've got Kim out on his out lap. We've also got Niels Hendrick, the transfer driver, of course, was driving for Ferrari. He He's also serving his grid pen today, so he will be diving back into the pits very soon. We've also got another transfer driver serving his grid pen today. That is Fear Jack. So the likes of Vixen and Mad G will be looking to get through to Q2 today. We've got Kim also looking likely to get through to Q2. He's now starting his lap, coming into turn 1, into 4th gear. Very harsh on the throttle there, but keeps the car stable. Coming through up to the end of sector 1, down into turn 3. Ascender retires to serve that grid pen. Misses the apex slightly, Kim. Gets that DRS open. Got a very clean track in front of him. Only one driver out on track in a minute. That isn't Kim, and that's Panda, who's now going to be coming into the pits. So we've got B right, and we've also got the Williams driver coming out. That will be Merckx, I'd imagine. No, it is Fear Jack. He's coming out. He'll be coming out to service grid penalty. Back on with Kim, coming through turn 6 and turn 7. Into 6 gears, Panda retires. He is so confident in that Red Bull at the minute. Just feels like he can get through with any lap time, but I'm sure he will get through very fast banker lap, even though it did look kind of rough through that. But Kim's invalidated, so Kim will need to go out again. He's pulled over to the side. It's just a shame he didn't have the time to get back into the pit. We've got Dennis, of course, chasing down the championship leader of Panda. Currently the gap is it's not 47 points, it's 22 points. So Dennis has really closed down that gap in a couple of weeks. It proves how I've not been commentating. So yeah, my apologies on that one, guys. But the gap is 22 points between Panda and Dennis, and also Panda has still got to serve his engine penalty at some point this season, so that will play into Dennis's hands. So we've got an Alpine looking to pass. I'm not sure who that is. That is Ginaldi. Just sitting behind him. He's getting his tyres nice and warm, ready for that first lap. We've got a few drivers out on getting ready for their first laps. See, we've got B Rights now starting his lap down into turn 1 in that Red Bull. Hits that apex nicely. Now he's got a bit of traffic in front of him. He's got Ferrari. That's Undertaker Dylan. He picks up a nice slipstream there, Ben. He sets a purple sector 1, 16.0. Goes very deep into the corner, and of course it is a cloudy session today, realistic weather, so there isn't going to be as much grip as you'd usually find in a Grand Prix session. Got Dennis now coming to start his lap, Ginaldi as well. Got Mad G as well, and Trudeau all coming through to start the lap. Ben gets very close to a curb of turn 6 there, as he sets another purple sector. It's good to be challenging his teammate here. Coming through sector 3, he's got no one in front of him, so he won't be by any drivers. Coming through the final corner now. I just need to put something in a sip quickly. Yes, if anyone is watching, just make sure to check realistic announcements, of course, in the Discord, because also there's been a lot of questions about cutting the pit lane rule, but of course with it being realistic and it's Austria, I've just put out a quick rule out, sort of like reinforcement of a rule, because there is confusing pit lane Austria, because obviously the part of the racing line is crossing the pit lane. So if you're very close between two drivers, you don't want to have a collision with one another. As Hendrick serves his penalty. Jack's also come out on track, so he'll be coming out to serve his good 10. Who have we got on the lap? We've got Lewis, who set a purple sector 2, but he's invalidated his lap time, so he'll need to go out again. Anthony, the AlphaTauri driver, is coming through as he's got a Mercedes coming through here. Got pick a bit dirty air from that, but from TTL Nick, but shouldn't harm his lap time too dearly as he goes through to come in P7. So, oh, and Super Trouba's had a crash coming out of turn 1. He was hyping himself up at the start of all session. He's just gone and pinned it through turn 1. That is so gutter Trouba. But it was funny because he was hyping himself up just before this race, and he's just gone and done that, and that is quite shocking. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Anyway, he's back on board with Kim, his teammate, coming through to turn 4, down into turn 6 into 5th gear. Nice clean line from the Haas driver there. Coming around turns 9 and 10. So yeah, Kim goes P14 there. He might be safe at that time. Yeah, he will be safe because, well, actually, he might not be, because Zetti's still got to come out, and Lewis will, imagine, will beat him now coming through his lap. We'll stay on board with Lewis, of course, newly transferred driver. Lewis coming to the line now. He goes P9. That will be Lewis through to Q2, which in his AlphaTauri has done many times. So, of course, in a much quicker car now. But of course, we'll need to adapt, because realistic performance, you will need to adapt to the different cars. Vixen coming through now. He's abandoned his lap. We've also got an Alpine tyres coming into the pit lane. True, but you done more than hug a wall, mate. You hit one. So it looks like only drivers I can see coming back out are Rinaldi, Kim, and of course Zetu, who is currently out on the lap. So we'll stay on board with him. So Vettel coming down to turn 6, gets very nice inside to the apex, but lift off that throttle, he's set a purple sector 2, but I can't see that being right, because you really want to be taking turn 6 flat there. Just might not be confident in this AlphaTauri car as of yet. Of course, only done 2 races in it, but now a full-time driver, he's going to need a 105.4 to get through. He's set a 105.8, so that is Zetu out of qualifying, unless he has enough fuel to come back round and do another lap, which he does. I can see 1.7 on his dash. He does have enough fuel to go again. Got Kim now coming around, he's in P17, he'll be looking to get into Q2. Got Zetu in front of him, of course, but we'll stay on board with Kim. We've also got Tyres out on... We've not got Tyres, we've got Ginaldi out on the lap, sorry, the other Alpine driver who's recently transferred. Kim getting very close to the apex there. It was very nicely done from the South Korean driver. Heading down towards turn 4, braking just after the 100-metre board. Takes a bit of the curb on the inside. Gets up them revs nicely. Down into turn 6, 6th gear. Just lifting off the throttle again. Some of the drivers not confident in his grip levels. He goes very wide through turn 7. Coming up to turn 9. Quick double right-hander. He's got to push everything through here. He keeps it valid. Takes it reasonably in turn 10. And he's gone P14. It's a nice lap from Kim. It's enough as he's that shocked with himself. He started hitting the wall. He's done enough there as he's waiting for no one. Kim, there's no one there, mate. No, he's such a respectful driver. Always looking to stay out of the way of other drivers when he can. Of course, just has that instinct to get out of the way of drivers, which is not a bad thing sometimes. So that will be qualifying finish. Rinaldi is out in his new car. That is such a shame. Misses out by 4 tenths, but we will only have 14 drivers in Q2 due to Super Turbo crashing. But we will, of course, our 3 grid penalty takers at the start and at the back. But that is Q1 wrapped up. So, into Q2. Vixen, can you hear me, mate? You've said in chat that you can't hear me, but I have had my mic on mute. So, just let me know if you can hear me, guys. Okay, cool. So, into Q2 now. 15 minutes left, and we've got action in the Alfa Romeo garage. It looks like it is Vixen, or is it Maggi? I'm not sure who it is, but we've got a Red Bull coming out, that's Panda for sure. we have got an Alfa Romeo on track. It is my G, so we'll stay on board with him. Probably on used tyres. We won't probably not be looking to get through to Q3, but to stay in a nice position for that Sauber team. So on board with my G, coming through the final corner to start his lap. Of course, as I discussed earlier, track limits are going to be so critical around here. You really want to avoid them time penalties, because not only is it a very short track, it is a track where it is so easy to pick up track limits in the last sector anywhere. You can pick them up, and at turn 1. So keeping away from them penalties can really make or break your race around this track, as the Maggi gets very close to the inside line, really shortening that distance of its already small circuit. Coming down to turn 4, hits that apex nicely, gets on the power. Coming through to turn 6, takes a bit of grass just before entry, keeps it in 6th gear. Nice line there from the Alfa Romeo reserve. Keeps it tidy coming through turn 8. Coming through turn 9 and turn 10, just a little lift off the brake and the throttle. Misses the apex slightly there, as he just has to recorrect his steering to keep the lap valid as he sets a 1:05. He's also got his teammate coming up behind him. Wonder if he'll see a tow from the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers, as the Haas is just out of the way. And maybe a tow coming up of turn 3. We've also got Ferrari of Undertaker Dylan, he goes P1. Of course, would be in an Alfa Romeo, but is reserving today. Panda goes P2, I'd imagine that being used tyres. Of course, 3/10 slower than his Q1 lap time. He sets straight away and then retired. So Vixen and TTL make the only drivers on lap in a minute. Esteban Majid has letting his teammate get out of the way, coming through to turn 6. Gets very nice to the apex there, Vixen. Pins it nicely through turn 7. Heading down towards turn 9. Goes inside very much. Hits the apex nicely through turn 9. Clips it through turn 10 perfectly. And it's going to be a 1:05.2 for Vixen. Goes 3 times quicker than his teammate. Also got Kim coming back out on a lap, of course. Like I said, only 14 drivers in qualifying because his teammate did crash coming out of turn 1 to Kuga. Could have had an easy route into Q2. Of course, only 3 drivers taking grid pens tonight. So we've also got an Alfa Romeo behind him, Vixen, who's finished his lap. So we'll stay on board with Kim. A little bit squabbly coming out of turn 7. Through turn 8 nicely. The South Korean driver coming into turn 9. Takes a curb nicely. He keeps it valid. This is a tidy banker lap from Kim. It's going to be a 1:06.4. So he must have had a mistake earlier on in that lap. Is he not representing his time? We've got Dennis on an outlap, who's said in the chat his pedals aren't working. So we'll stay on board with him. We'll see if he gets that DRS open, as he mentioned. Starting his lap now, the Belgian driver. Come down to turn 1. So nice line from the Ferrari driver. He gets the DRS open this time, so his brake pedal is not worsening his lap time here. Coming down to turn, it's purple sector 1. Coming down to turn 3, hits the apex nicely. DRS open again. He's got a Williams, and he's also got an AlphaTauri in front of him. That'll be Fanfinus. Coming down to turn 4. Here's the tyres screeching as they lock up. Of course, downhill corner, that one easy to lock up the tyres. Into turn 5. Keeps it close to the apex. Purple sector 2. Wondered if this is on new tyres or not for the Belgian driver. Coming up to turn 9 and turn 10. Keeps it all very slidey coming out of turn 9 there. Takes it beautifully through turn 10, and I can see this taking provisional pole, and it does. 3/10 quicker than his teammate, Undertaker Dylan. We've also got a Williams Merc coming to the line to start his lap. Henke's also on an out lap. We've got tyres coming to the line now on the medium compound tyres. He goes P5, beats Vixen. We've got that Aston Martin come around the final corner. That's Lewis, the Aston Martin debutant. He's going to go P5 with a 1 minute 5.0. Got his teammate Voigt now coming to the line. Will he beat his teammate? He does. He goes P4 with 1 minute 4.5. Got the other Red Bull, Ben, coming to the line. He goes P2, splits the 2 Ferraris. Very nice lap from him. Thank you, of course, on his out lap. We've also got Merckx starting his lap. We'll stay on board with him down into turn 4 in 3rd gear. Nicely done from the Williams driver. Down into turn 6, sorry. Keeps it nice through there. Turn 7. Goes a little bit wide, and he has a slight slide, and that is going to lose him loads of lap time. He's going to have that dealt for the next lap, and nowhere to improve. Maybe push for 1, 2, 3 spot available. As well as you can see, it goes wide anyway. The lap was too slow. Set representatives of time 1 minute 5.5. We know Maggi and Kim were on old tyres, so as Henke sets a purple sector 1, he's really shining in this McLaren so far. Went P2 in Q1, of course, as he gets that car rotated so nicely there, coming down to turn 4. Into turn 5, really pins it there, gets it rotated nicely. It's a purple sector 2, and he's just doing it so comfortably. We saw him do it in the Alpine, but of course this McLaren has got slightly better downforce than that Renault engine team. Come down to the line, the Norwegian driver goes pole, and 44 1,000 quicker than Dennis, so a very nice lap from here. Fanfinus only goes P11 with his lap. He'll be looking to improve to maybe challenge the likes of Tees and Vixen. There's probably one Q1 space up for grabs out of these 4 drivers here, which will all be fighting. Fanfinus will be favourite as he is a gold driver, but Vixen is a very quick silver driver. He's got very good quality pace, as we know. UFO Merckx taking a few race wins this season already. You know, Kim also in the bronze division having some good results, especially in fantasy as well. Took that P2 in Singapore as Panda retires in P5, so he's fairly confident that he's through. We've got tyres coming out of the pit lane now on our soft compound tyres. We'll stay on board with him. So Tyler's the only driver on track at the minute. He is out of sync with the rest of the grid, of course, setting his first lap on medium, so we'll just stay on board with him. Of course, the Dutch driver in the French car. So T's with a purple sector 1. Not sure if that's correct though. Coming into turn 4, gets the car rotated so nicely. Also got the Aston Martin of Lewis out on track. He doesn't think he's safe just yet. Of course, only 5 tenths away from the drop zone. There will be time in this lap. Ties with purple sector 2, 4 tenths up on his lap time. That will put him to around only P8 actually, but we'll see where the Dutch driver can go. Goes a bit wide on entry to turn 10. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.3. So really picked up some time in that last sector. Goes P5. That'll be enough for him to go through. Could we see maybe if track evolution comes in, maybe Panda getting a little bit worried. I don't see him getting part as as Royce retires, so it's all hope for any interesting stories in Q2. Lewis now coming into turn 1. T-Shell Nick still in the pitch. I wonder if he thinks he's safe. We've also got an Alfa Romeo driver, Vixen, coming out of the pitch. He just gets out of the way for the Aston Martin driver. Of course, number 8 on his driver, got a pink helmet as well. Very nice helmet design from Lewis there. Only just spotted that. Yeah, very nice helmet. Anyways, coming down to turn 4. Right, a lot of the curve, that might have just compromised his lap ever so slightly, but he should still be improving. Of course, on fresh tyres now. Gets ever so close to the apex of turn 6. He's only a 10th up. Might just have to extract as much time out of sector 9. He needs to keep this lap valid if he wants to go through to Q3. Down, yeah, he's taking it safe. You can see, not taking too much margin for error. He will still gain time there. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.7. So yeah, P9 for Lewis, but he should be safe from 2 of these drivers. So fucking Maggi earlier retired in the session. So these drivers, Vixen, as you can see, warming his tyres. He's getting ready, but Kim's coming through turn 4 now. So stay on board with him, see if he can knock Vixen out of that top 10 place. So we've also got Mercedes on track on the racing line. That's TCL Nick. That was. I'm not going to comment on it, but I'm not sure where it seemed like from Kim's camera angle, but that did look like a bit of an infringement coming up to turn 5, giving possibly a tiny bit dirty air, but we'll see what the stewards have to say about it if Kim does decide to report it. DRS open for Kim, it's going to be a 1 minute 5.8. Kim is out of qualifying. We've also got Vamp coming to the line to start his lap. Stay on board with Merckx, he's getting ready with his lap as well. So Vixen is going to be the first driver out of these 3 to retain his P10 position. So stay on board with him. So coming through turn 8 now, as he has a little bit of a wobble, that is gonna, and he's backed out of his lap. Why is he backed out? He's not gonna have the DRS to go again. He should have just kept going. He wouldn't have lost much time. He's backed out. He could be out here. Phantom is flying. Purple sector 2. This could be Vixen potentially. I'm not sure as to why he's backed out of that lap. He only lost probably about a 10th coming out of that corner. But Phantom, is he going to dethrone him? He is. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.9. Vixen's out of qualifying. We'll see if Merckx has got anything to say about it. He's going to have to find 6 tenths, so I'm not sure if he can do that in that Williams car. He's 2 tenths up though, so he's got to really give everything through sector 3 and he goes so far off the apex there. I don't think it's going to be enough. He might go for P11 here. He does go to P11, but his Phantom, he scrapes through to Q3 on his debut. Very nice lap from him, but I'm so stunned that Vixen backed out of his lap there. So there's Q2 done. We see Henke go leads for Q2. Then we've got Dennis in behind with B right in a Ferrari sandwich. We've got Tyres in P5, Panda in P6, only sat one lap of course. Royk in P7, TJ on Nick in P8, Lewis in P9. Of course, Aston Martin debutant. We've got Fanfness, of course, the AlphaTauri debutant, scraping through to Q3. So looks like it's going to be a very only 4 attempts separates the top 6. Of course, some of them are on new tyres, but that should be very interesting. For the main race comes about, of course, Red Bulls and Ferrari will have that straight line speed over Henke, but we just know how quick Henke is, so will his time in the corners be able to make up for that gap?
Track temperatures over previous years have shown this race to be a hot one. 2019's race recorded temperatures near the 50 degrees Celsius mark. The period between 2014 and 2021, also known as the turbo hybrid era, saw the introduction of a more sustainable direction for Formula One. Despite significant changes to the technical regulations for 2022, F1 remains committed to pushing towards cheaper, more reliable, eco-friendly solutions for motorsport. With a length of just over 4 kilometres, the Red Bull Ring has one of the shortest laps on the F1 calendar. Today we find ourselves up in the mountain for a fast-paced race at the Red Bull Ring. Fernando Alonso made his return to Formula 1 in 2021.
Sorry about that, guys, just went to grab my drink. Yeah, I've got Undertaker Dylan out, getting ready to start his first lap in Q3, so we'll stay on board with him. So Dylan coming through turn 10 now up to the line. It's going to be on 1 minute 3.9, so that is the quickest time we have seen in this session so far. Of course, I would imagine it'd be beaten, I'm assuming he's on old tyres. But we'll see what the rest of the drivers have to say. We've got Lewis coming through turn 3 now, he's on a lap. Sets up for sector 1, he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. That would be Panda and also Famp. Come down to turn 4. And yeah, I see Kim say in the chat that he felt as if he was impeded through turn 6 at the end of Q2. Anyways, Lewis coming through turn 7 now. Keeps it very nice. Of course, bank a lap for Q3. Of course, in that Aston Martin Silverstone based team coming through to turn 10. Doesn't take as much curve as he would have wanted through there. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.5, 6 tenths off the Ferrari. We've got Fanfness starting his lap in behind him. He's coming up to someone just brake after the 100 metre board. When it gets close to that inside corner as possible. Only want to take about your front right wheel on that curb. Gets a nice toe from the Aston Martin driver there. Down into turn 3, brake just after the 100-metre board as he locks up massively there, but he manages to make it stick. He's got another Aston Roy coming just in front of him. He'll pick up a little bit of dirty air coming into turn 4. The Dutch driver braking just after the 100-metre board again. Gets it pinned in nicely to the apex, rotated nicely out of the corner. He's got the traction down nice for his first anchor lap of his Q3 session. Coming through turn 5 now. Goes a little bit wide, but shouldn't affect his lap time too dearly as he has a little bit of a wobble coming through turn 7. Still got a lot of traffic in front of him. Finish here. Turn 9 and turn left. He's throwing everything into these corners. Takes the curb beautifully in turn 9. Turn 10 uses all the track available to him. It's going to be a 1 minute 5.1 for Finish there. Of course, Alpha Tauri used tyres as Panda sets a 1 minute 3.5. He just cannot be beaten in qualifying, can he? We've got his teammate Ben starting a lap. Everybody's on a lap at the minute, apart from the 2 drivers in the pits. So we'll stay on board with Dennis as he is the leader of this pack. Coming down to turn 4, has a slight lock up as tyres screech. Coming into turn 5, into 5th gear. Slightly taps that brake, uses all the track on exit, about sector 2. Goes slightly wide coming through turn 7, uses all the curve on exit though. That should make up his time back. Coming through turn 9 and turn 10, he's really thrown everything into it. He's gone slightly wide though, he rode that curve too much. DRS open, this should be still be a good lap from the Ferrari driver. He goes P3, just settles in behind his teammate. Henke goes P2, we've got the Aston Martin Roy coming up to the line now. He's gonna go, he's invalidated his lap time, sorry. Tyres goes P5. Ben coming to the line now around the final corner. Uses that curb like nicely. It's gonna be a 1 minute 3.7. He goes P3. But Mercedes driver and Nick come around the final corner. He's abandoned his lap. He's gone into the pit lane with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left of qualifying. No one else is on my lap, I don't think. Right, invalidated his lap. So from early impressions there, I think we could, I don't think it's written off the cards to see potentially 3 different drivers in the 3 different teams in the top 3. I think Dennis will know he can go faster, as we've seen all season. I think we'll see Panda up there fighting like all, but also you can't forget about Ben as well. Very quick around this track, that we know, just looking to regain his pace that we know he has. And Henke also looking very quick in that McLaren car. He'll be looking to challenge for the pole today. So everyone just diving into the pits now, getting ready for their final qualifying lap before we head into the race.
Your man Scully is taking on Tannoy duties this weekend, so strap yourself in for some F1 stat, commentary and history. On the last lap of the 2016 Austrian GP, the 2 Mercedes drivers collided. This resulted in a win for Hamilton and a 4th place for Rosberg, leading to further tension between the 2 drivers.
Oh wait, Banana, you've put a poll up, but you've closed it now. Ah, right. Okay. My money would be on Panda personally, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Of course, guys, while we are waiting here, if you do want to get involved with F7, ! Discord in the chat, and you can join our league, send in your time trials. You will be able to get evaluated, join our Sunday divisions, which run at, sorry guys, 10 o'clock on a Monday morning. That is bronze, run by Jacques. We've got silver at 12:30, which is run by J2XU and Ben. And we've got gold at 7 PM, which is run by Nathan. We also run fantasy at 7:30 PM on a Monday. That is your team, your livery, your logo. You get to create your own Formula 1 team. Of course, we do realistic on a Wednesday as well. But of course, driver salaries and all that stuff, all the realistic stuff. But you do need to have a season in F7 before you can race full-time in realistic. Banana, refund yourself. I've got a sore throat. Please, no. Banana, refund yourself, please. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, no, I shouldn't swear, sorry. Super Max, Super Max, Super Max. I don't even know how it goes. I don't even know how it goes, lads. I don't even know how it goes. I'm that much of a Max hater, I don't know how it goes. And clipped, yeah. Yeah, alright, banana. All this yap. He does, clips everything. Anyways, we'll ignore what's just happened. We'll forget about that. I don't even know how it goes, so I'm glad you spent your points on that. You've really wasted 50k points because I don't even know how it. It's alright, banana. I'll put you on comms next week. It's alright. No, it's alright. I've got 46k. I'll just wait. Anyway, everyone is on their outlap. They're getting ready to start their laps. We'll start off with Undertaker Dylan coming through the final corner. He's going to start his lap now. Coming down to turn 1. Get a nice run, 200 miles an hour before you break just after the 100 metre board. 90 miles an hour through the corner. DRS open for the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo driver reserving for Ferrari. Down into turn 3, braking just after the 100 metre board. Really don't want to lock up here. He goes slightly deep but gets the car rotated nicely. DRS open. He's going to have maybe a little bit of traffic in front of him. He's got tyres in front. He's going to get out of the way before we head into turn 4, braking just after the 100 metre board. Goes a little bit wide, so Undertaker Dylan, the Scottish driver. Coming into turn 5 and 6 now. Gets it nicely pinned. As he rides the curve, he has a little bit of a slide coming out of that corner. He's abandoned his lap. He will go again as he got the fuel. I'm not so sure. Henke will stay on board with him then. He's coming up to turn 3. Was looking to push for that. He's only half a tenth up. He gets it. He's almost thrown his car there into turn 3. It's fascinating to see how the Norwegian driver drives. Just chucking his car into these corners. Look at this. This is amazing to watch. He gets it perfect every time. It's so good to watch. Coming into turn 5, slung it through turn 6. Turn 7, he has lost time though, and he's spun. He's had his spin, he's abandoned his lap. That is going to be no better than P2 for the Norwegian driver. We've got Fanfness in behind. He's coming around turn 9 and turn 10 now. We'll see what he can set. The Dutch driver coming through turn 9, keeps it valid. Turn 10, uses all the track on exit, DRS open. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.6 for Fanfness, stays P8. Got Lewis coming in behind, 2 tenths up, he goes P6. The other Aston Martin driver, Roy, coming around the final corner now. DRS open. It's going to be a 1 minute 4.43. P8 for the Aston Martin driver. TTL Nick comes to the line. P7 for him. We've got Ben coming to the line now. He stays P3. We've got Dennis coming to the line. He's 3 tenths up. It's provisional pole for Dennis. Only slightly up on his lap time. Panda's invalidated his lap. So it is going to be, unless Ty's has something to say about it, who's down on his lap time. He's coming through the final corner now, and he's invalidated. So it is Dennis on pole position. I don't know how many weeks. I'm sure he got pole position last week, or was it the week before? But it was Spain. Not lot. We had a mid-season break last week, guys, didn't we? Anyways, Dennis is on pole position. He beats Panda. So close these times to the top 3. So it is Panda and Dennis the front row as well. What we've always been seeing most of this season. Henke on his debut for the McLaren team in P3. Ben in P4. We see Panda. He's going to be so disappointed with that. I know he's a very quick driver around this circuit. But it is Dennis on pole position. Panda completing the front row with him. It's a Norwegian 2-3 with Henke in P3. Of course, his teammate Sendro, the full Norwegian McLaren team, with Sendro starting in P20. Be right, completing that second row of the grid in the Red Bull. Undertaker Dylan, the Ferrari reserve in P5. Lewis, the new debutant for Aston Martin in P6. TTL Nick, P7. Tars Tiesta in P8. Royker in P9. And Fansonis completes Q3 for us. So on to the main race. Yeah, should be a very interesting race, but we'll wait for the drivers to get their cars and then their strategies ready. Can see a few drivers starting on the hards here, possibly for a hard medium. Don't really want to start on the mediums here, of course. Because it gives you such a worsening advantage at the end of the race, of course. Hards against mediums at the end is so important. But it will be a fascinating race for the podium positions, because we know these three drivers at the front are rapid, so we'll see how it goes. So no, it's not lights out and away we go, Reese. It's a formation lap. Sorry guys, it's been a while. As you could probably tell already, it's been a while. But we'll look at the tyre choices, shall we? Everyone's starting on the mediums pretty much. Very interesting. We've got Maggi on the hards, so Niels Hendrick on the softs, of course, not using any soft compound tyres during qualifying because he had to serve not his qualifying ban, his engine penalty. Zetu starting on the hards as well, and then it is everyone else on the medium compound tyres. So we'll stay on board at the front of this grid. Of course, Dennis in P1 will be looking to warm his tyres, get good start off the line to retain that lead. Of course, we're seeing the optimal tyre strategies there. The medium hard optimal lap to pit, lap 17. Of course, in the 36 lap race around here. If people saw the Discord, you can cut the pit lane coming into the pits because I was on the racing line, so to avoid any collisions. But drivers are now forming up to take their grid spot. Hopefully no one gets disqualified. Of course, Sendro, who's normally at the front of this grid, is at the back today, taking his engine penalty. But it is going to... Hang on, I can't see my HUD. Sorry, here we go. What is this camera angle? Sorry guys, this camera angle is terrible. Right, so I'll stay on board with the rear wing of Dennis as we go racing. So building the revs. And it is lights out, and away we go. What is that camera angle? Coming up to turn 1, Dennis gets a good launch. He holds up P1 position. Panda coming in behind, he's in P1. Ben's already made the move on Henke. It's wheel to wheel with Ben and Henke coming up to turn 1. Henke's looking to get that run on Ben. Ben gets the move done though. And Henke looks like he's gone off the track very early there. But Ben up into P3. Can he get the traction down to hold that position? There's been a bit of crazy stuff going on the back. TTL Nick and Cendrix exchanging positions. Still this fight continues. Ben and Henke. Ben goes for a dive down the inside of turn 4. Henke, they leave each other's face. This is a great start to racing so far. We've got Fant closing in on Royker. Of course, the P9 driver. We've got Merch just right behind him. We've got Royka closing in from TTL Nick. And he driving moves. Sendro's looking to make these moves as early as he can. He's on the back of Kim. Is he gonna make this move down into turn 9? No, he just backs out. Good IQ there from this Norwegian driver. This Kim goes slightly wide as Royka gets the move. This wheel to wheel through turn 1 through the Aston Martin and Mercedes. As they still go, and Nick gets that move done. He retains that position. As we've got Fanfinish has had a look around the inside as well. He's coming up to turn 3. He's got the slipstream late on the brakes into turn 3. And is he going to get the move up done for P8? Fanfinish is in P8, and we've had someone round. Ben is round. There's a virtual safety car. He's waited for everyone to move. I'm not sure as to why he's ghosted. Ghosting is off. I'm not sure what's up with that in a minute. That has happened for the last couple of weeks. It's all off. So strange. We'll see if anyone picked up wing damage. No. I'm not sure what happened with Ben then. But Ben is at the back of this grid. Ben got wing damage. Ben has got no front wing. He must have hit into the back of his teammate or Henke. I'm not sure. But it is a VSC, and we'll look at the position changes now. Ty's made 4 positions. Green flags are waving again. Fear Jack making 5 positions. He's had a great start, starting from P17. But we do go racing again, and we'll stay on board with Dennis and Panda. Panda looking to get the slipstream down into turn 3. He's going to be late on the brakes, fighting the Belgian driver. Very late on the brakes, Panda. Dennis is going to look for the switchback. He gets the exit. Panda with the straight line. This is great start. It's great start to races. Dennis with a straight line speed into turn 4, retakes that lead. Henke just settling in behind Undertaker Dylan in P4. Taj Tiesta in P5. This has been a great start to this race. We've got Royka. Oh, I've just turned my volume down. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. Royka in P9. TCL Nick has a little bit of a moment coming out of turn 7. He's going to look for a move. He just backs out. Coming through turn 10 now. As he has a slight slide, he locks up them front tyres. We've got Henke. It will stay on board of this battle again, because this is getting feisty up the front. 4 drivers are fighting for the lead of this race, as DRS is now open. Coming up to turn 3. It's going to be a run, and Panda's going to take the lead of this race. Down into turn 3. Dennis has looked for the switchback again. He's going to have the DRS though. He's swooped by without DRS. He's going to do it with DRS this time. Dennis retains the lead of this race on lap 4. Down into turn 4. Henke's still in P3, right on the back of Panda here. What a race we have on here. Royka just closing in on TTL Nick, still of course have them. As Lewis, Panfinish is up into P7. Oh yeah, Ben's obviously a pit stop behind, but what a start from Panfinish. Harry. Lewis in the Aston, as Tyres has gone wide. That'll be a warning for Tyres. We'll stay on board at the front of this field again. We'll see if Panda has anything to respond with this time. Down into turn 1. Dennis gets a beautiful exit, but so does Panda and so does Henke, and Dylan follows, and it's gonna be wheel to wheel up to turn 3 again. Does Panda retakes the lead, and is Dennis gonna get the slipstream again? We'll stay on board with the rear wing of the Red Bull. The Belgian driver is gonna be gaining, and he's gonna look for the move down into turn 4, late on the brakes. The Belgian driver, I can't tell if there's contact. I'm not sure. I need to put telemetry on. As Dennis retakes the lead in this race, he's held every inch of this race lead so far. Royka's still on the back of TTL Nick. Nick's really been struggling through turn 7 there. Got a bit of a pile here as Stenjo's made up to P11. We've got yellow flags. Tyres is round. Tyres is round. Tyres is into the pits. Tyres has gone round and into the pits. Vixen's picked up a 3-second time penalty already. What's happened to Tyres? He must have had a moment coming out of turn 9. Oh no. We've got Dennis. I forgot to say, Panda got the move done into turn 1. Panda's going to be late on the brakes into turn 3. Him and Henke are going for it. Henke takes P2. He's going to have the DRS from Dennis now. Is Henke going to take the lead of this race? He's gaining on Dennis. Will he get the move done? As Dylan has a leap down the inside. He's into P3 now. Panda is outside the podium position. They're squabbling into turn 5. Panda keeps that position. What a start to this race. We've still got 30 more laps. Dylan has a slight snap coming out of turn 7. So it is Dennis and Henke leading this race. What a race it's been so far. As we see Tyres, of course, pitting as well. He's ahead of Ben though, because of course he didn't have such a big incident. You are starting to see a few gaps form though between the front and the field. In fact, Merckx is in P9. He's doing a great job. But we'll sit on board with this again. Henke is gaining. He's gaining on Dennis. He's going to have the slipstream up into turn 3 again. Henke leads this race. Dennis goes slightly wide. He's going to look for the switchback onto the rear wing of the Norwegian driver. Dennis has got the straight line. We know that. He's also got the DRS, and he's going to lead into turn 4 of this race. Henke looks to fight it off. Late on the brakes goes the Belgian driver, and he retakes the lead. What a fight. And Henke's looking to go back in turn 5. Just lifts off though. He's got the Red Bull just in behind him. What's good, JJ? It's been a great race start here, mate. Glad you're doing well. Panda's looking so desperate to get up into these positions. He's really saving his DRS here. So it is Dennis that leads on lap 8. We've still got another 20... Don't test me on this. I got 28 more laps to go as Henke is right. They're wheel to wheel coming up to turn 3. Dennis is going to go late on the brakes. Is he going to look down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to have the DRS again though. Of course, Panda just in behind. Dylan's also on the back of him. And we see Sendra and Royka swap positions. Sendra's in P8. Great start considering he's had a good 10. I'm going to take it down. Just settling in P4. This would be great points for a Ferrari team. Lewis in P5 on his debut. Fampness is in P6. He's doing a great job so far. He's really holding this train up behind him. Using all his DRS though. So is Nick. Nick's used everything he's got. Lewis on... All these drivers saving their DRS though. Henke leads this race. I didn't catch on that, but Henke does lead. And he's formed a bit of a gap to Dennis. Of course, Dennis's main priority will be Panda. Of course, 22 points is the gap. It will be 18 points if it stays like this. Of course, 18 points for P2 and 15 for P3. As Dennis is going to look down the inside of Henke. I don't know who got the DRS there. As Niels Hendrick gets the time penalty. Henke got the DRS. No, none of them got the DRS. This could bring Panda into things. Neither of them got the DRS because they were just in line with each other. Panda goes late on the brakes but stays behind Dennis. Fampness and... Oh, there's a squabble round here through turn 4. There is drivers all over the place. Sendra has a slide coming out of turn 4. Royka leads in P6. Late on the brakes goes TT on Nick. He makes a move on Famp. Famp goes P9. UFO Merckx behind him. What a start. We've got Lewis just on the back of this train of drivers. Is he going to get into the DRS? He is. Lewis is in the top 5 and on the train of the leaders. Dennis has got the straight line, as we know. He's just getting out of the slipstream of Henke, just calling them front tyres from his engine now. Tyres get a 3-second time penalty. They're going to really hope for a safety car, Ben and Tyres, of course. Truly, it's a time penalty as well, so they're really starting to stack up now. Dennis goes to the move. Henke late on the brakes. He will get the DRS this time, Dennis. doesn't get the exit, but he's going to get the straight line. We'll stay on board with a rear view of Henke. Dennis has got the straight line down into turn 4. I think we've had a different leader every lap of this race. It's been beautiful so far. Panda's just settling in P3 now. He's waiting for his opportunity. He's saving his ERS. All the drivers at the front are all on 90 plus ERS. Lewis is just keeping everything he has together to stay with this train. 7 tenths is the gap there. He's done really well in this first race. We've got the 2 Alfa Romeos in 13th and 14th. Of course, Nadji on the hard, he's going to be looking to push on to these 3 drivers. Dennis leads again, and Henke is right on the back of him, but he's lifted. Antonis gets a 3-second time penalty. These are really starting to rack up here. Henke's going to get the move done into before turn 3 even, maybe. Dennis goes defensive, but it's not going to be enough. Is Panda going to look for his move? Is he going to go late on the brakes? No, he just lifts off. He's going to prioritise the exit. As he's had a slight tap in the rear, I think, from the other Ferrari, Dylan. Dylan's also going to get the strip clean. He's burning everything he has. It has been such a good race so far. Standards have been impeccable. I didn't see what happened with Ben in the front, but we'll have to see. Maybe just late on the brakes from Ben there, because we didn't see no other collision. But Lewis is holding it all together. Of course, in his new Aston Martin car, he's right at curb line. It's not going to be great for him as he's burning now. He knows he lost a lot of time there. We'll stay in ball with the midfield battle now. We've got Vixen really closing in on Fitchak, as we've just seen goes wide through turn 70. He picks up his first time penalty of the race. Vixen's burnt everything he has. Everyone here has burnt everything they have. Finaldi's looking to get into 3.5 seconds off the Williams driver and Merckx. Of course, Ben in the race of his own at the minute, but Dennis is going to be gaining on Henke again, down into turn 3. He just sits behind because he's going to wait for the DRS for turn 4. Panda looks to have something to say about that. He's on the back of these 2 drivers. Dennis is going to get the slipstream. Down into turn 4 again. Dennis is going to lead this Grand Prix on lap 12. And Dylan and Henke have collided. And they've had a contact with Panda. No. Dylan's just absolutely sent it there. He just clattered into Henke there. Henke retains P2, but Dennis just gets away from that DRS. I'm not sure what was up with Dylan there. There was no need for that dive, but of course we'll have to see what the stewards say about it. But yeah, really unfortunate for Henke and Panda there. I'm not sure if Panda got wing damage, but Lewis is up into P4 now. Sentra is into P5 after 13 laps of racing, starting from the back of this grid. Dylan is into drops down to P10 now. It's such a shame, because he didn't need to go for that move there. But it was great racing up until that point. I just think Dylan got a bit too optimistic on the brakes there. So yeah, Dennis has got a gap here. As Panda's going to make the move on Henke. It's going to be Henke and Panda fighting for P2 at the minute. Dennis is going to want to hold out this stint for as long as possible. Ben is burning in P20. He's going to be looking to catch this train soon. I think he'll do everything he can to hold Dennis up when he does pit. Because Ben, check what tyre Ben pit to. He pits in mediums. He started on the mediums, he pitted to mediums. So Dennis with that 2-second gap now. Was he'll just settle in. Or that sort of collision has made everyone sort of have a rethink of their positions, where they're at. Of course, Dylan on the edge of points here. We've got Vixen in P11. I didn't notice that. Jack's just made the move on Nadji. I think coming up to turn 9, it's not looked like a nice move from him. And we see our first pitter. It's Ginaldi. Ginaldi and Niels Hendrick are both in the pits. Niels Hendrick on the softs, of course. So we'll look at the time penalties. Has anyone got 6 seconds? Yes, Vixen. Vixen's got 6 seconds after 14 laps of racing. Then Panda just backs off, and they've made this gap up so quickly. And Dennis hasn't got that support of Dylan anymore. Speaking about Dylan, Dylan's gone for a dive down the inside of Francis and Merckx. and he's gone up into P8. Dennis is going to try and stay out of the DRS for as long as possible. He might even look for the undercut. He may hit this lap because he knows that he might be in their DRS for the next. So we'll have to see what call Dennis makes. As Panda just sits behind Henke here. As Henke looks to get out of the way, they're working together to catch up to the Belgian driver here. And they are not messing about. Down into turn 4. Panda goes as he locks up. They're pushing too hard here. And McLaren and Red Bull here. They're pushing. They just need to settle themselves. They're in P2 and P3. If they carry on exchanging DRS, they'll catch up to Dennis. Lewis right on the back of Senjo and his teammate just in behind. It's a McLaren 3-4 and an Aston 5-6 at the minute. These two teams we saw in Saudi Arabia fighting in real life, sorry, of course. But we had that main battle with Piastri and Hamilton, where Piastri just couldn't get past Hamilton for so many laps. Anyways, I'm going to take the Dylan's going to look to make up that gap before we, as Henke retakes P2, he's going to get into the DRS. He's back into the DRS to Dennis. As he locks up again, Ben picks up a 3-second time penalty. He must be so frustrated. He's got past Kim with ease. Zetu is flashing in front of him. Late on the brakes goes Ben. He gets up into P17. Zetu is going to be next on his card to stay on board with him. Might get a bit of overtaking action here. Coming down into turn 3. He turned in a bit too early, I think, there, Ben, but nonetheless, he's still going to have the straight line speed. He might not be enough to gain on the AlphaTauri. Down into third gear. Of course, so much quicker than Zetu here in the AlphaTauri. And Zetu just lets him by. And we've got our first pit stop, our first few pit stops. Senjo and Panda are in the pits. Royker's in the pits as well. Panda pits to the hards. They're all pitting to the hards. Would Dennis possibly look to hold out onto the soft? As Vixen's got his 9th time penalty. Vixen, what is going on, mate? I don't understand how you get that many penalties, but everyone's diving into the pits now. Henke's onto the back of Dennis, back where we were 5 or 6 laps ago. Late onto the brake. Looks like it's going to be contact. There is, but they just sort of push each other away. They're wheel bashing with each other. What is this camera angle? There we go. Dennis leads into turn 5. Henke's going to look for the switch back. He just settles in behind turn 7. They don't want to lose too much time here, the two of them. They want to get in front of Panda when they come out of the pits. I wonder if Dennis will respond to that pit stop from his championship rival as he does go into the pit. So does Henke. They respond. Just hope they don't get a 5 second. Oh, Henke just pushes Ben. I hope Dennis, sorry, I hope Henke didn't get wing damage from that, because that would be such a shame. I can't see as Lewis takes the lead of this race. As Henke's been held up. Oh no, he's just been teleported. Sorry, my bad. Terrible game. As Panda takes the lead of this race by quite a margin, actually. He's burning everything. He's burnt everything on his outlap. He's a critical outlap there. Henke hasn't got wing damage. I hope. No, he hasn't. See there, yeah. The undercut, 2 seconds a lap. That is crazy stuff. Then into P9 here. Sandro just in front of tyres here. Got a little bit of a train forming behind. We've got Vixen comes into the pits. What has happened to Vixen? He must have had a spin off at some point. I'm surprised that Ben didn't pitch the hards at the start of this race, but you can see him just going for softs in the fastest lap. Lewis pits this lap. Dennis has got a bit of a gap to make on his championship rival, 2.3 seconds, but he has got the fresher tyres. Let's just see if he makes that gap. He will work with Henke, I'd imagine, to make up that gap. That's such an unnecessary dive from Dylan though. 10 laps to go, because Ferrari are in a fight with McLaren for P2 in the championship. Tyres, you want me to show you the tyres? You want to redeem them then, mate, but it's alright. Everyone's on the hards except Niels, who picked mediums. Tyres haven't pitted, well, tyres have pitted, just haven't pitted recently. Maggi hasn't pitted, Derry hasn't pitted, and Ben just pitted. There you go. So yeah, gap's starting to form now. Everyone's really settling in their place. Sorry guys about that. I've got Dennis and Henke fighting for P2 here. So Dennis just closing in on the McLaren driver. They've got some gap to make up, these guys. I'm not sure if they're going to do it. We'll have to wait and find out, because these guys have been toe to toe with each other all race. Surely, if they're going to need to work together here if they want to gain, because they're just losing time every lap here, in each other's DRS. Got Kim and Zeto exchanging positions. We've got yellow flags. Dylan, oh, and Fanfinish has been collected. No, that is so unfortunate. Get off the racing line, lads. Get off the racing line. That is so unfortunate. I think Dylan and Tyres had a collision, and you can just see Fanfinish coming around. He's been collected from it ever so slightly. So unfortunate there. Right. If Vixen picks up more than 8, at this rate he's going to pick up 18 seconds of time penalties. That is crazy. He's going to be he's in provisional P20 at the minute. He's P15 guys, and he's in provisional P20 because of his time penalties. God. Anyways, we'll see if anyone's close. We've got Dennis and Henke exchange positions, but they're just exchanging the rest of working stick to. Panda ready with 13 laps of this race to go. Niels Hendrick right on the back of Ginaldi here. Of course, a former Ferrari driver. he's going to be looking for redemption for the second half of the season. He pulls out of the slipstream, just pulls his engine down into turn 1, just hits Gennady in the rear. Gennady goes wide. Gennady might be able to get warning removed for that, but I've just noticed Merckx is in P8, and I've dropped my water bottle. Merckx is in P8. What a great job from him. What a great job from him. Has he pitted? He has pitted. What a great job. He's got Ty, and he's got a bit of breathing room. Ty's is behind him, but Ty surely isn't going to make it another 13 laps. Pitted on lap 6. So let's see. Merckx could be looking for points here, and good points as well, not just a P10. He could be looking at P9, possibly a P8. And yeah, the gap is slowly getting closed with Henke and Dennis now and Panda. Of course, these two are working together to get to the front. They'll be both looking to win this race. Yeah, look, Dennis is giving him a little wobble. He's like asking Henke to pass him, and Henke's just sat behind. Henke's more interested in bringing points home for the team. I think Dennis knows Henke has it in the corners, but Dennis is just so quick in the straight line. Dennis don't want Henke to lose out, but Dennis is still going to have that. As Sendra picks up a time penalty, that is going to put Royker into P4. Provisionally, that is, of course, as 2 seconds is the gap now. Henke is going to look to pass Dennis before we hit turn 3. Henke will make the move now. Gets ahead down into turn 3. They will exchange again, I'd imagine. As Neil Hendrick picks up another time penalty. We've got yellow flags, we've got Dylan. Dylan's had another spin. I'm not sure what's happened to Dylan. He's missing a front end play. It's been a real shame because his race was going so well since, I think he was in AI actually. Oh yeah, he was in AI. Yeah, it's such a shame with Dylan because he's having such a great race in the Ferrari course. Yeah, he's in AI. He needs to get out of AI because there's drivers behind him. You can see he's in AI as well. Look, this is crazy. Dylan, you need to get out of AI, mate. Look how early he's braking, like, come on. Yeah, there'll be a big penalty there. Panda's retired! What is that? Panda's had a spin out of turn 1. Panda's out. Panda is out. Oh, it's disaster for Red Bull today. Panda's out. I do not believe it. It's a VSC. Will we see anyone jump into the pits for soft compound tyres? Ben jumps in. Niels jumps in. Everyone is hopping into the pit lane. I do not believe it. Virtual safety car. It's going to be a double podium for McLaren at this point. Everyone is going into the pits. It's a VAC, it's not a full safety car. This is a massive call from everyone. Is Dylan still in AI? Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry, guys. I dropped my phone on my toe. Alright, let's see what's gone on there, because I'm shocked if I'm honest. I cannot believe. As the race has restarted again, I don't know if Henke, I didn't catch if, did they pit? No, they stayed out. Henke and Dennis everyone opted to stay out, so Ben is into P10 now. We'll keep the tyres on there for you guys. Penalties. all you need to know really is everyone who's got penalties got 3 seconds except Niels, Hendrik and Kim, and then Vixen may as well just like not be involved because he's got 12 seconds. Anyways, as he picks up 15 seconds now. So it is Henke that leads with 8 laps to go, and it is Dennis and P2. So Dennis, if Dennis wins this race, he'll be leading 3 points into the championship. Banana, what do you mean in chat? Banana, what do you mean? Anyways, 8 laps to go. Well, if it's dangerously, then yeah, you can report it, but I've literally put out a message saying that you can cut the pit lane this week and this week only. Anyways, 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go now. Ben is going to look to push P7 maybe P6. It's a great race we got. Bro hit the wall and came and brake checked Jack. Right. Okay. Well, you can't report it, as I say, because yeah, I forgot to put that all out. I need to do that. You can't report it because you're not involved. As Ben goes wide again through turn 10. These two are saving their ARS for the last lap already. As a provisional 3-5 from Aston Martin in the minute, very nice result for them. P6 for Mercedes. Racing was over at least, think it's just on the road to the points. So yeah, Dennis and Henke. No, Banana, we had this issue last week, Smith, and I'm going to put an announcement out because there was drivers reporting other drivers for things they just weren't involved in, and if it's allowed, but you can't be in spectator POV, like you have to be on track and witness it, because if not, like team bosses and whatever can just go through the race and everyone streams and criticise every single bit they do, and it just takes the fun away from it. Yeah, Jack can report it then, mate. Jack can report it, but you can't. Right? Anyways, God, 6 laps to go. What is the time? It is 9 o'clock. 1 minute past 9. Dennis and Henke fighting for this race win. We will do interviews after this, guys, because it hasn't been a while since I've done interviews. I imagine all 3 drivers. As we've had Vixen's crashed on track. It's a safety car. Jack's in the wall. What's gone on? You can reset the track, Jack. Jack, reset the track. Reset the track, Jack. Jack, reset. Well done. Good choice. He was beached there, so he was allowed to. He was very close to getting lapped. So everyone's going to pit now. There will be no DRS, I'd imagine. That everyone is pitting. Everybody's pitting, but it might be a shout if one of these drivers stay out, because there's no collisions. They'll all be, oh no, they're not going to be laps. never mind. If they were, it would have been interesting if they would have lapped these guys, because there would have been 13 cars to get out of the way, or for one of the drivers. They brought very interesting in. Right, well, just report it, yeah, Vixen, as everyone goes into a pit lane, everyone's going to be on the soft. This is going to really harm Centro's final result, though, which is such a shame. But yeah, everyone's on fresh softs. Apart from Ronaldo, who chose to stay out. Yeah, McLaren's double stack. There's a Williams in between. That is so unfortunate for that. I'm not sure who that is that much. Let's fear Jack. Maybe Henke lets him go. Maybe Henke goes off the track. Because that's so unfortunate for Jack. Oh, but he's not even going to be allowed through anyway. That's so unfortunate. So Jack's free. Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Jack. That is race over pretty much, unless Henke goes off the track. But I don't expect. This is nothing against Henke. Of course, Henke's a great driver, as we all know. But you just don't want to risk any game bugs at this point of the race. So Jack's free. He will have to get out of the way straight away though. For these guys, so Jack, if you are in the chat, if Henke doesn't let you through, you just have to get straight out of the way, mate. Because yeah. They're not a Vixen, just report it, mate. Just report it and we'll see what happens. Just report it. Let's just not argue, yeah. We're here to race, yeah. So safety car will be in this lap. Just remember, guys, if you do want to join F7 Vixen's F session, if you do want to join F7 exclamation mark Discord in the chat, or if you're watching this on TikTok, I don't know if names streaming on TikTok or whether if it's clicks on TikTok, you can check the link in the bio. We run pace divisions on a Sunday, 10 AM for bronze, 12:30 for silver, and 7 PM for gold. We do fantasy on a 7:30 on a Monday. We run realistic on a Wednesday. You need one season of you need to race for one season F7 before you can race full time and realistic. But fantasy is your livery, your team, your livery, your logo. Get to create your own F1 team. Get to pick your driver. Can't have 2 gold drivers in the team though. Banana and Vixen, just leave it, lads. Come on. Is safety car not in this lap? Surprised if it's not in. It's not going to go in. 2 laps of racing it will be. No DRS. So Henke's going to have a massive boost here. But if Dennis takes away, Dennis is going to be either 4 points behind Panda. Dennis is either going to be 4 points behind Vanda or 3 points in front of him. We'll just have to see how this end goes. So yeah, we'll have to see how these final laps goes. As yeah, Jack's lapped, so it's just a shame for him. So it will be 2 laps of racing. We'll have to see how this race goes. Maybe you can see some unexpected drivers hop into the points on there. Very safe car is in this lap. So we'll stay on board with Henke for the start, but Jack, just remember you've got blue. I'm not saying this just because this is for the whole grid, mate. You're gonna have blue flags the second you cross that line, yeah. And you're in no race, so just do what you feel is best here. But Henke's gonna have a massive advantage here because, of course, he's got the car behind him. Is Jack gonna go into? Jack looks like he's going to go into the pits. He's gone into the pits. Fair play to Jack. Fair play. As Henke goes, yeah, Jack, that's amazing from you, Jack. Well done. That's really good to see. But we do get racing. 2 laps to go. Henke burns a lot through turn 1. They're gonna look to burn everything in these two main straights here. As Henke and Dennis both lock up. Have we seen any driver move? Not sure. Nothing yet. Nothing as of yet. We see Undertaker Dylan through those squabbling position. Henke covers the inside. Dennis is going around the outside. The 2 drivers squabbling here for position. And they're wheel to wheel through turn 5. Who's going to hold it? Dennis turns in early. Henke tries to hang around the outside. They're still wheel to wheel. Half a lap now. Henke goes around the outside. There's a collision. Henke's onto the gravel. Sandro comes through. Henke will have another chance at it though. But Dennis, we know, has got a straight line. We'll have to see how this last race goes, or this last lap goes. Dennis sets the fastest lap of this race. Henke's going to burn everything, but so is Dennis. Dennis has got more ARS, he's also got more straight line. We'll check on the back of his grid. Ben's burning everything. He's going to look for 2 positions down into turn 3. Does he get them both done? Yes, he does. Great move. And Fanflis is going for the switch back in the AlphaTauri. Does he get the move done? He's burning everything he has. Then also is Merckx with the straight line. And Fanflis. Oh, and who's gone for a move here? It's Ty's locking up. Everyone's going all over the place. Niels is having a little bit of a moment. Coming through. And it is going to be Dennis looking like he's going to take this race win. Coming through turn 9 and 10 now. AD, thank you very much for the prime, mate. I know you know how much Nathan appreciates that. Coming through the final corner. And it's going to be Dennis that wins the Austrian Grand Prix in Red Bull's home pitch. So Henke takes the faster lap. He takes P2. Roy goes P3. TTL Nick P4. Lewis P5. Sandro with that time penalty P6. Merckx in P7. What a result from him. Undertaker Dylan takes P8. Ben P9. Ties round off some final points. So Ferrari wins at the Red Bull Ring. They're handled with that DNF. So unexpected, but all you drive Henke, Dennis and Royka I skipped the cinematics, so I'm so sorry guys. Yeah, join the party guys for interviews. I will be doing them. So yeah, as I said, Dennis takes the race win at the Red Bull Ring. Got Henke, Peter and Royka who completes the podium. Nick just outside the podium again, with Lewis taking P5 on his debut race. Very nice race result for him. P6 for Sandro. P7 is Williams and Merckx. I'm sure the Williams team boss isn't having regrets about what he nearly decided to do. Now, Undertaker Dylan P8 of course, but we'll have to see because he had that incident at the very early on in the race. Ben takes P9, Tides in P10, Maggi in P11, Vetter in P12, Gennady P13, Truba P14, Fab P15, Niels Hendrick P16, Kim P17, Fear Jack P18, Nixon P19, and then Beasaw Panda DNF. So, for you boys, let me just get these guys in the party if they want to join. So we will be doing an interview. I can see Roy. I can see Roy talking in game chat. Oh, right. So yeah, nice race there. Oh, I need to invite you guys. Oh yeah, right. Let me invite them. So we've got no, we don't want them guys. On this new. Alright, so Royk's in. We'll invite Henky as well. Yeah, Royk is in. It's good to see you, Royk. I'll get onto you guys in a second. Hello, Royka. Just 2 seconds, mate.
Yeah.
That is not Dennis. Right. Here we go. Right. So Henky and Dennis, if you guys want to join the commentary box, please do feel free. See, Dennis has joined. Just gonna wait on Henky. Henky is in. So we will start with P3 with Royka. Royka, what a result in the Aston Martin. Tell us about your race, mate.
Yeah, stunning performance, crazy race. Yeah, I messed up the qualifying. It was a bit disappointing, but kept my head cool in the race. In the beginning, I was stuck behind Nick and Van Vaness. That was pretty frustrating, but eventually I got past and followed Sandro. And then we managed to get to Lewis, my teammate, of course. Sandro boxed a little bit earlier as us, so eventually he pulled away, but yeah, the safety car gave us opportunities again, and that's the reason I got the podium today.
Yeah, of course. We saw you in the early laps of the race having battles with Nick on in them early laps of the race. But how did the virtual safety car change your thinking? Because were you one of the drivers that pitted onto the soft compound tyres, or did you stay out? I can't actually remember, Rick.
Yeah, I stayed out because when the virtual safety car came out, I was already past the pit box.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. So were you just looking to coast them tyres to the end of the race at that point? Were you expecting a safety car?
Yeah, I didn't have much choice. I just had to finish the race. I tried to stay within 3 seconds of Sandro, but I didn't manage to get that. Yeah, the safety car came out. It was a gift.
Yeah, of course. So great result for you, Roy. Of course, picking up that podium position after Sandro got his 3 second time penalty added on. But very nice result for you, Roy. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
So we move on to P2. Henky, debut for McLaren. How did that feel, mate?
It felt good. The car felt good the whole race and in quali. I had the same pace as the top guys, but didn't really end the way I hoped there.
Yeah, like you said, didn't really end the way you hoped. You had a great battle with Panda and Dennis all race, but can you, just explain to us what happened in the last few laps with Dennis?
Yeah, obviously the safety car came, so we both pitted to softs, and my idea was just trying to push both of the laps with the ERS, but yeah, we ended up side by side. I don't really know what happened on from his POV, but from my POV it looked like he pushed me off, but I'll have to see his POV as well. But yeah, couldn't manage to catch him on that last lap, so ended B2.
Yeah, of course. We saw Dennis have that straight line speed all race, but you two were together for like almost half a lap side by side for that penultimate lap. But it was a great result for you, Henky, of course. Qualifying was it P3 you qualified?
Yeah, P3.
Yeah, P3. So great start for you in that McLaren outfit. So we'll see you next week, mate. But nice result from you.
Yeah, thank you.
So now we move on to our race winner, Dennis. It's two rounds in a row now.
It's 4 actually.
Oh, it's 4. Sorry. So yeah, but you've been mighty lately. Just talk us through your race, mate.
It was a frustrating race to be honest, because I went the opposite way with setup, and yeah, it was difficult to follow these guys in sector 2 and 3. But overspeed was there on the straight. And yeah, it was close all time with Panda and Henky, and at one point Panda did undercut us, and we went a lap later than him, and then he was like 2.8 seconds in front of us. And I was signing to Henky from Let's Work Together with the DRS like they did before they pitted, because they had a moment where they collided and they were 3 seconds behind me, and they gained like the 3 seconds they gained that in five laps with the DRS. So I was signing to Henky so for teamwork a little bit to catch Panda up, and it worked because lap by lap we were gaining like 2 to 3 tenths. And under pressure, I think that Panda made a mistake into turn one, and that cost his race. And then yeah, it was then after that it was just staying behind Henky, because I knew that he was very quick in sector 2 and 3, so it was difficult for me to drive away in that sector. So my strategy was just to stay behind him with DRS and to go for the last lap with DRS and the overspeed that I had. And then the safety car came, which ruined my plan. And yeah, we were fighting hard till the last lap.
Yeah, so it was a great result from you, mate. But UNAT, as it stands, you lead by 3 points in the championship now. What are you looking for the rest of the season, Dennis?
Yeah, actually, I'm looking to win every race. That's
Yeah.
why I'm here. I'm trying to get pole every race, a pole and a win. That's why I'm driving here.
Yeah, of course, mate, and that is the right mentality to have for someone who is trying to be a champion. Of course, season 4 for realistic, but that is it, guys. And thank you, Dennis, for that interview there. Appreciate it, mate. Great result from you.
Thank you, mate.
So yeah, that is it, guys. Of course, we will be back live on Sunday for our Sunday races. We're around the Netherlands at Zandvoort. Of course, we will see Henky probably get pole again as usual, but we'll have to see what happens in gold. Of course, we have bronze and silver at 10 a.m. and 12:30 on Sunday as well. No different times because there is no F1 on this weekend. But until then, I'll see you guys. Have a good one. So right, so sorry guys, but my thing's broken. Hang on.